Hey guys, welcome. I'm sorry for the delay. I had some internet issues with my cell phone. It's been doing that the last couple of days where I will lose coverage for calls and internet, and it takes like 10 minutes to get it back. Anyway, welcome everybody. I haven't done a show in a while. I wanted to give you guys some updates on what's going on, the status of the internet here, and TikTok and everything else I'm doing right now. So here we go. My name is Charlotte. I'm going to be your host for the next hour. I'm also the owner of the California House Crime Investigation Team, based out of Sacramento, California. We're 45 strong up and down the state, which means, hang on a second here. Ooh, dude. If you have a paranormal need, we can help you out. It might take us a while to get to you. Okay, let me read the comment. Okay, it might take us a while to get to you, but we will get to you eventually. As you can tell, my sign back here is off. I have to find a new cord for that, a new transformer for that. So I haven't done that yet because I've been busy doing other things. Anyway, quick update on the way things are going. Really well, actually. We're going to be getting an internet in here next week, and I'm excited. I was trying to figure out an easier route for them to come in instead of having to go all the way through my house. And I finally figured that out today. It finally hit me while I was watching my dog eat that they don't have to go all the way around the outside of my house to put the internet in, because normally that's what they do is they'll take it out from the pole, they'll attach over by where my hot water heater is, and then they come all the way around the back of the house and then down the south side of the house to put it in. But the problem I have is I have that room where the tree fell and took out the room, and it looks like we may be doing something with that room in the spring. And so any internet line that's run over there is going to have to be taken out. So I'd have to pay for them to come out, and rerun the line. And the other thing is, it's dangerous. It's kind of dangerous for them to be leaning over all that stuff. So I got to thinking about it, and I remember putting a Comcast line into my mother's room, which is my big studio, and I think they ran that along this side of the house to do that. So I thought, okay, fine, let's do that. That would be the easiest to take a straight shot off the pole and then run. Hi guys, whoever's in here, and then run that along this side, which would be the north side of the house, and then they could drill a hole and put it into my big studio over there because there's room over there. I don't have room for that in here anyway. And then the other plan was with this internet too was that I was going to need with the location it was going in like out there. Plus, you guys have seen the problems I've had with StreamYard, popping in and out and stuff during these shows. I was going to like purchase a monthly purchase of an internet enhancer. I mean, I have a Wi-Fi enhancer, and so that was $10 for one per month. But then they lowered the price to $5 for Wi-Fi for the Wi-Fi enhancer. So I thought, well, I'm gonna probably have to run those anyway. So why not just go ahead and put the internet, into the big studio, and then I can run a Wi-Fi enhancer down the hall, and then run one, the rest away from my house, and so my whole house would be covered. I'd rather just essentially flip everything and run everything the opposite way. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's going to be the easiest for the hookup. So hopefully, everything will go well. First part of next week, we'll get internet back in here. We can start doing regular shows. Friday, I'm going to be doing two shows. At noon, I'm going to be Anna Maria Manalo, and then Nancy Mass will be here Friday night. I don't know yet if I'm going to be on StreamYard. I may be making that change tomorrow to Restream. And so I love this chair. I'll never contest this. I'm sorry if I do this, but I decided this chair is all right after I didn't like it. I still want to get a real nice chair. I'm working on that. Anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to be doing those shows on StreamYard or whether I'm going to be going out via Restream. If it's Restream, then Nancy and I are going to have to sit down tomorrow and cross the desk to make sure I push the buttons. I would rather start Restream when I have internet so I can figure it out on my laptop so I can see what's going on instead of messing around with the phone, and doing it on there and then doing it on my laptop. So maybe if everything works out, I can wait until if I don't lose StreamYard at this point, I can wait till Monday and do it that way, and then we can start booking people and stuff. I'm not booking anybody right now because everything's up in the air the way this is going. I've also been going out to McDonald's parking lot. I still don't have TikTok on this new phone. It doesn't, for some reason, I can't log in. And so I can only do TikTok on my iPhone. And the iPhone, there's something wrong with the SIM card, so I cannot go online. So I have to go to McDonald's and park in their parking lot for like 3 or 4 hours. Last night I was on for 4.5 hours on my TikTok. I'm building up a really good audience over there. I'm really excited about that. Didn't make money this week, but I'm working. I'm building up that audience. I'm working towards making money for having enough money for next week to get paid. But that's working out really well over there. I haven't been harassed or anything by security. They know I'm there, so I don't think it's a major problem. In fact, last night I looked at my points. You get those bonus points on the McDonald's app. I actually had enough bonus points to buy two to go through once, get a free cheeseburger, and then wait a while, and then I went back through again and got another free cheeseburger. So I had my dinner. I had my dinner with some Triscuits in my car before I did my show before I did that stuff last night. But I'm building up. you know, I'm growing by 100 to 150 followers over on TikTok right now. So that's going well. I put a backup account up over there too as well. So a lot of the internet stuff I do, like Instagram. I don't have access on this phone yet for Instagram either, so I have to do it on my iPhone. So I have to wait till I get over there. So if you guys send me messages on Instagram and I don't get back to you right away, it's because I can't get back to you right away. I have to do it on the iPhone, which means I have to go to McDonald's to do it right now. But once I get Pitium installed and get the new internet installed, it shouldn't be a problem because I'll be on the system here, so it won't be an issue. The only thing I don't like is that I need to get on TikTok, to be able to take the TikTokers with us on ghost sets and stuff, and I can't do that yet. Or take you guys with me on ghost sets and stuff. I can't do that yet. There's a roundabout way I can do it, and I can't do anything until I start making money. To start having more balanced income coming in. All right, does that make sense? As it is now, I'm looking forward. I got some bills coming up in the next 2 weeks that I have to cover. So I'm stressing over that. I got to feed my dogs and all that. Just normal life stuff. But with the show, as far as California Haunts Radio goes, I'm not neglecting you guys. I'm just trying to spread them out a little bit so that because of this internet situation that I'm on, I don't want to be on this phone. I've already zapped up my 50 gigs of fast internet for this phone. I've already gone through that. So they have choked my speed down. But it's interesting doing this tonight because you wouldn't know it. When you look at this, it's not like going in and out like it did with StreamYard or anything like that. Not like it did with Comcast. So I don't see a difference in the speed for what I'm doing right now. What I see a difference is downloads are taking forever, uploads are taking forever. So it should be interesting tonight after I get home from doing my TikTok to download the audio from this show and see how long it takes to download the audio so that I can get it up on the RSS feed. So that's where that's at, and it's kind of nice. Halloween's coming. I'm gonna let you guys watch me decorate for Halloween. I have an idea. I finally had an idea. It took me forever to get the idea. I think today was my day for epiphanies. All of a sudden, boom, my idea. It was terrific. Health update really quick. I did a full blood workup. Everything is good. Considering my health issues with congestive heart failure, everything is good. The only thing that I have is low cholesterol, which I have had for years. I used to laugh when I was working as a newspaper reporter. And, when you're on the road all the time, unless you decide to make your lunch, and I did that for a long time after I got diagnosed with heart failure. But leading up to that, you're hitting McDonald's, you're hitting Burger King, you're hitting fast food because you're going to have stuff you want to eat in the car as you're driving, to go to these crime scenes and all this. So I used to laugh, and I used to tell my doctors because my cholesterol was always on the low side. And I said, my God, I'm sitting here eating Kentucky Fried Chicken and all this other stuff, and my cholesterol stays down. I'm like the poster child for low cholesterol. So that is the biggest red flag on there is my low cholesterol. And of course, my platelet count is lower. But that's because people that are on, I think it's platelet. I think it's platelet that was low. That's because people that are on blood thinners, certain blood thinners, the platelets are low because it thins the blood out. And so I take a low dose aspirin, and that qualifies under that for the platelet count. But otherwise, everything looks good with all the tests, so I'm really excited. I'm really excited about that. In fact, this test came out better than the last one I did a few months ago. So I'm really stoked about that. I wanted to talk about pain management a little bit, how I get into with pain management. I have decided that I'm going to let my GP, she offered, when I met with her 2.5 weeks ago, she offered to take over my pain management. So I've decided to let her do that because this last trip out to this pain management, which I wasn't going to stay at anyway because there is a referral out already to find somewhere else. But the last trip out to this pain management just told me a lot. It told me a lot about this place and what it is. And I knew it was a shot clinic going in, and she didn't even look at my file. I could prove now that she never bothered to look at my file to see what medication I was on. Hi Pamela, how you doing? Good to see you. Because I went in there and I said, look, what you have me on, because the second I walked through the door, she lowered my medication. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. She lowered it. Didn't even ask me how I was feeling, nothing. Okay. All right, so I lost my... Okay, my headset just went in and out. Weird stuff going on today. Thank you. My headset's back on. It just disconnected. So I was probably doing this. So anyway, I know she kind of glanced at my file. She didn't really look at my file. And I know this for a fact. And so she had lowered my medication, and I've been miserable. So I'm really sore. Excuse me, I've had allergies, so if you hear me itch up, and I can't bend over and stuff. And I've been on these lower pills. Hi, Marisa, how's it going? Hi, Pamela. And I've been on these lower pills, and I went in there to talk to her about it yesterday. And she had originally wanted me to do like a lot of injections in my back, a lot. And so my insurance turned all that stuff down. Then it was the epidural. I told her several times, the first meeting I had with her, that I wasn't comfortable on my stomach, laying on my stomach. And she says, well, if you start to struggle, we'll get you up. Yeah, right. Okay. So I told her flat out I wasn't going to do it. In fact, I got a letter from my chief doctor saying, don't put her on her stomach. It's not advisable. And so I had the letter with me yesterday, but I didn't. Anyway, so she claims that they had okayed a lidocaine injection at the base of my back, and I don't remember getting the paperwork on that to say they okayed it. So I asked her to raise my medication back to what it was. Okay? She should have known what it was. She gets in my file, starts looking at my file, right? Because she's looking to see what medication and what dosage I was on medication. And I'm watching her do this. And then she turns around to me and she mentions my former GP's name. And she says, who is this? And I looked at her and I said, well, that was my former GP. And I almost said, but you should know that because you read my file, right? Okay. So that tells me this woman never read my file. I walked through the door. She automatically, it's probably an automatic thing for them to set your medication down from whatever it is, right? And then try to prescribe all these shots. So then I said, again, I asked her, what are the chances of putting me back up to where I was on my proper medication? Well, I can't do that without having you go through all the shots. And I said, but I don't like the shots. I don't want to do them. This lidocaine shot I did, years ago when it never worked. It worked 2 days and it was painful, And so I was essentially told that if I didn't do the lidocaine shot, I would either be kept at the level I am with the pain medication I'm on, or she would lower it even more because I was uncooperative. So I smiled, knowing dang well that I was going that day was going to be the end no matter what. And I smiled. Okay, so I went out, made my appointment for next month, set up the appointment for the lidocaine shot. I won't be going back, And I was very honest with her, telling her, I said, well, I think you should know that there is a referral out for a different pain management because I'm not going to put up with this shit. And I told her flat out. I used the word shit, okay, So I'm waiting on word from my new GP. I emailed her today to say, look, the offer still stands for you to take over my pain management. I would like to do that. The other thing that was going on too was that when I went to see this pain management initially, I had just picked up on a Friday. I picked up my higher dose pills, and I told her 3 times that she did not need to write a script because I already had my medication. You can only pick up once. That's it. Even if you realize, to your horror, once you get home that the count on your medication is off, you can't go get another script. You can't get like if they miscount your medication and you go back, you can't go back and say, hey, you shorted me 5 or 6 pills. You can't do that. They won't give you. That's it. Okay, sure. I hear you. Anyway, so you see how I go automatically to them now? It's the habit from TikTok. So so she wrote a script anyway. So I did not pick the script up. This has been going on a 2-month thing. I did not pick the script up because you cannot do that legally. You cannot pick a script up. So I go to see her last month, and I'm sitting there in the waiting room. This is in Stockton. This is like an hour away from my house. Okay. Luckily, my medical coverage allows me Uber to take me there and back because gas is expensive. And I'm waiting in the waiting room, and I get called up to the window, and because I really wanted to talk to her about these injections because I really wasn't comfortable with them and all this that she was trying to make me do. And all I hear is, well, she's not going to see you. And I said, what are you talking about? I came all the way, I came an hour away to this appointment. Well, she's not going to see you because you never picked up your prescription. I said, I couldn't pick up the prescription. She should know that because I had already picked the script up the Friday before. Anyway, where this is leading is that when they set my appointment for this week, for this past Monday, I knew I was due to pick up on the 12th because that was my normal pickup date. And because here's the kicker part, because I didn't pick up those other pills until the 19th, she had it down as you don't need your pills till the 19th. Right? When in reality, the 12th is my normal pickup date. So Walgreens has their own set of records, thank God. Because what happened was when I laid like Friday night, I laid out all my pills for the week, for the coming week. I was short, and I couldn't figure out why I was short. And that's why, because when Walgreens put the pills together initially, they dated it to the 12th, right? Even though I picked up on the 19th. So that means I was short like 4 days worth of pills. So I had to I had to set it up that way. But then what shocked me was I thought, you listen to your doctor about when you pick these things up. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I blew the date out. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. So the prescription went in Monday, which was the 14th. And I asked Walgreens, I said, well, can you have them Friday because I seem to be running short? Yeah, no problem. I get a call from Walgreens on Monday saying, oh, they're ready. Come get them. And I look on the date, and it says, it says 14th. You can pick them up. So she was, I don't know what the confusion was. She's setting her own. Again, she's not looking at her records right over there. So I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster all the way around. So I'm just waiting on my GP right now to take over at this point. And I emailed her today and I said, look, I don't need a script now because I just picked up and I don't have to see each other next month. And by then I might have a referral to another pain management anyway. And I want one here in town because when you go on that highway to go to Stockton in the winter, it is foggy, it is rainy, it is windy, it is slick. I don't want to be going there even with somebody else driving every month. It's just really scary to do that. I've driven it. I've driven it in the dark. I've driven it in several ways. So that's where that's at right now. So I'll be, hopefully everything goes well, and I'll be with my GP, my new GP, and she's willing to put my script back to where it was originally with the medication, which is where it should be. I've taken that same medication since 2011, the same dose, everything. It keeps me at about a 4 to 5, so I can function really well. I've been sitting at about 8, 9 every day with the way this other woman wrote it. So it's interesting. It's really interesting to go through this process and have to deal with it. It's just so frustrating. And I'm having to do a drug test every month because they don't trust you. So It's just craziness. Anyway, getting back to California Haunts and what's going to be happening. I'm getting my team meeting. I have all this new equipment, and so we're going to be meeting at some point this month, a couple weekends, to go over that equipment, retrain ourselves, get everybody trained so everybody's on the same page with the equipment. And then we will probably go out to a haunted cemetery that we frequent and train out there on the equipment. We're going to do some training. Michael, if I can get this thing with TikTok working on my phone, on this new phone, I might go live. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I may turn around and maybe put a new SIM card in the other phone and just go, or have the SIM card fixed or whatever. There's a way that the SIM card on the other phone can be done, can be redone, and fixed, and save all my data. So I might go that route. We'll have to see, and then that way I can maybe add the other phone to my account, which isn't going to cost that much more. So I would have access. So there's a couple ways I can go with that. But I would like to go live with the cemetery training, so you guys can see it. You guys hear it on TikTok and see it. So we'll see. And then we're probably going to do, more than likely, I would like to do a public ghost hunt and take you guys with us. Maybe hit up the Murphy's Hotel or someplace like that and do a ghost hunt with you guys. So you guys can go ghost hunting with us and just get all that stuff started again, let the PR. And then I've got a couple of residentials lined up. There's some new team members coming on board. So we got to get them trained and up to speed and all that. But see, it's all pending right now. It's going to be just a gradual build because, like I said, I want to get internet in this house so I can start, get doing other things, get rid of StreamYard at $45 a month, get Restream going, and start going from there. And start getting all that stuff. How weird! When I look this way, it's just a really, there's like a three. You know when they talk about the ghost at Disneyland, Pepper's ghost effect. This is going on right now. This is really cool. The clock that I have back here, I have a digital clock back here that I use for the shows, and I've got a Pepper's ghost thing going on. It's the screen that I'm looking at you guys, but it's reflecting off of the clock, and so when I see it, it's right here. It's like right here. Can't see my hand, okay, but it's right back here, and that is the Pepper's ghost effect, like they use at Disneyland for ghosts. That is really cool. If I was to put, let's see something. Let's just do this as a for instance. Let's play around with this. If I was to put this here, there's the bottle. That is just too cool. That is just fabulous. I have to be at this angle. So if I was to put this bottle out there in front of the screen where I'm at right now, I would see the bottle floating right here. That is really cool. That's the Pepper's ghost effect. But that's where my medical is right now. And I'm healthy for the most part. I'm healthy, so I'm happy about that. Now my hours are really cuckoo at this point because, like, when I get done with this show at 7:30, I will be heading out to. I have to pick up some dog food, and then I'm heading out to start TikTok. An hour early tonight, so I can maybe get done early. Last night I was on for 4.5 hours, had a great time. Did some tarot card readings, and then the last hour just chit chatted with people. I had 65 people in my chat room on TikTok just watching me sit at McDonald's parking lot and talk about ghost hunting and answer questions and stuff. So it was pretty fun last night, but I ended up 4.5 hours online last night doing that. But it's been a gradual buildup over there too. And I didn't work for a few days. I was tired and I had technical issues. In fact, that's charging. The one night I went to go out, my iPhone had no charge on it, and then I went to use my backup brick, and that had no charge on it. So that was kind of sucky, But I stayed home that night. Plus, I was really tired that night. So by the time everything charged up, because I intended to turn around and go back out like at 11 o'clock at night to just get at least an hour or two in, and then I fell asleep while I was charging the stuff up. So that was the end of that. But I did have some nights where I was off because I intentionally took 2 nights off anyway. So I wasn't able to build up my momentum on TikTok. So I'm probably going to go straight through to next Tuesday now so I can build them all up and, as they say, make as much cash and stuff as I can just see how it goes, to try and build up so I can get paid next week. But it's been interesting. In fact, I mean, I do have an agency on TikTok. They picked me up. I have to go through an academy, and so slowly, surely, I'm checking things off. I think my major thing for checking off, I think I've done everything except I have to watch one of their online courses, and then I have to get what they call, I think, 50,000 diamonds, which would be in 30 days, 50,000 diamonds a month, which would be the equivalent of $250 for the diamonds. I'm learning how things work over there. I'm learning how the money works. I'm learning that you make more. TikTok can award you diamonds randomly. I did a TikTok on a Friday night, had 5,000 people come through that night. Got a bunch of bigger ticket items, for gifts from people, and I ended up getting like almost 6,000 diamonds that night, 7,000 diamonds that night. Last night I got one big gift, and then there were some smaller gifts. I was on for 4.5 hours, and I got 357 diamonds. So I'm learning that, yes, you get these gifts, but the diamonds really, as they stack up, that's where you make your money. That's where the money comes in. Plus, the subscriptions, TikTok does take 60%. So, like the subscriptions, I get $2.55 for each subscription a month. And I get it. So far, I've only got one subscription, but we're working on that. I'm trying to put those together as well. But I do. That's what I do. So I'll leave here like tonight, and I'll go stop off at Dollar Store for some dog food, and then I'm going to head over to the parking lot, McDonald's, sign in, get everything ready to go, and then I'll try to do 3 hours. It depends, like last night, because I had people come in the room during my last part chat that I decided to stay on, and ended up going 4.5 hours that night. And then I come here and collapse because I'm tired, Unlike in this case, I had breakfast, but I haven't had lunch or anything yet, so I'll grab a little thing as I'm going out the door, and then come home, and it's horrible to cook like 1 in the morning, but I'll come home and cook my dinner because I already had dinner Friday night. But that's how it's been. So it's been like this big circle of stuff that I've been doing over and over. So if I'm not getting back to you on Facebook, if I'm not getting back to you on Messenger or anything like that, it's not that I'm ignoring you or anything. I'm just trying to get a set schedule that I can be on, and then be able to do this world of California House Radio, and then do the TikTok thing, and then just keep that set schedule and do my house stuff. And right now, like I said, with this whole thing with the internet, I'm cleaning my house. I'm doing house cleaning. Halloween's coming, so I've got a pretty full plate right now about as far as things that I'm involved in and doing. So I'm trying to balance all that. So I'm not ignoring anybody or anything like that. But it's been interesting. And then since I've been doing tarot readings, of course, I have ghosts coming through my house that don't belong here that I've never had come through before. I think it was a week ago Tuesday, or a week ago Monday, I actually had a voice come out of my laptop that shouldn't have happened. And then I had the psychic was inside my chat room on TikTok, and said it was somebody, kept saying it was somebody named Alex. I don't know anybody named Alex. I don't know anybody deceased named Alex. But apparently Alex decided to hang out with me for a couple of days. So I've got strangers coming through my house, so I have to ground better. I took, I've actually got this chair almost where I can tolerate it. Whoop, that's not the spot though. Hang on. That's the spot. There we go. I actually took a psychic hit on Saturday night without realizing it. And, there's nothing more ruder. I say ruder more. I don't know what to say with the word ruder. Ruder sounds weird. But there's nothing more rude than when a psychic comes into your mind without you giving permission, because there's an unspoken thing out there. Hang on. There's an unspoken agreement among psychics that you don't do that. You ask permission before you enter into somebody's aura and realm. And somebody who was really strong, and I wasn't prepared for it. You got to figure, guys, I'm trying to ground. I'm trying to read, and I'll do random reads. I'll just pick somebody out of the blue. going through my, going through the feed, and then do a tarot card reading on them. And then people will come up and go, "Oh, that's me," right? They'll come up. So I'm just trying to reach out to people. It's like, the tentacles are going up. And so my grounding probably wasn't the best to be grounded, so no one could, like, my protection wasn't doing really good. And I tried Sunday morning when I woke up, I couldn't keep my eyes open. I was just so exhausted. And about like an hour later, when I realized I couldn't even stay awake, I realized what had happened. And some psychic had gone through and gotten into my space without asking. And whoever it was really, really strong. Really, really strong. Because it knocked me out Sunday, it knocked me out Monday. I was just so tired, so exhausted. It took me 2 days to recover. Now I'm going to ground more. Now I'm going to make sure I have protection. I don't know who it was. I have a suspicion I know who it was. Somebody cloned my account over there. My first account cloning ever. Somebody cloned my account over there, and I couldn't figure out because on Friday night I was directing people to have a backup account. That everybody has a backup account because you never know when you're going to get banned or something's going to go wrong with your account. So I set up a backup account, and I get enough people coming through during the week that I can easily fill that backup account and have enough people to go live. You have to have 1,000 to go live. And I couldn't figure it out because I would keep going back to my backup account, and 2 or 3 people would sign up, and I couldn't figure out what was going on with that. Turns out this woman cloned my account, and it went from like at that point I had like 3,400 followers when she cloned it. I go over to the fake account. She had like 5,800 followers over there. So people were going over there and joining that account thinking it was my account. Okay. So all those people, I never got them back. So I'm sitting here right now. I got 3,800 right now as of last night. So how I caught her, because I thought maybe, how you can go in, and this happens all the time, even on Facebook and YouTube and stuff. You might start an account over there and you make a mistake or something. Then you can't figure out how to shut the page down, right? You can't figure out how to shut the page down. And so I thought maybe that was something I did. Maybe I set it up like a few years ago and forgot about it. Because it only had like 20 of my videos on there. And the other thing was there were more recent videos, and I couldn't figure that out either. So the way I caught her was that she came into my personal account on TikTok and asked me, what my star sign was, because she felt that I needed a psychic cleansing and a psychic reading. And that's how I caught her. Because she came through via the phone account. And then, of course, I got on the phone to an attorney because I was actually going to take the step on TikTok to get a hold of their copyright department and go after her that way, because they do have a copyright department. But with this email that I got on Saturday, I went ahead and called the attorney friend of mine and talked to her about it, and she said, "Well, just ask her to cease and desist, or I'll give her a call." So I went ahead, got on there, and I did that. I said, you have impersonated me, and I'm aware of it, and so is my attorney. And I said, I hereby order you to take the page down. Desist from doing it, or you will get a call from my attorney. And so I went out for a while, did working on my car, came back in, and the page was gone. But then that's the night that she, or that I suspect it was her, she came into my life again that night and turned around, and that's how I got knocked on my butt. Psychically. So, yeah, it's a mad, mad world out there. That's why the good Lord made the block button. There's people I block. I don't like blocking people unless I have to, but there's people I run into all the time over there that I block. But anyway, I'm trying. I'm not neglecting you guys. It's just the situation right now with the internet here at the house that I'm not doing as much. Because I'm trying to do this stuff on my phone, which I'm impressed, because if they throttle back my internet like they claim they did, I mean, this is it's been clear all week with this phone. You compare to what was going on with when I was running on Comcast, right? And that's a major internet carrier, right? I mean, Boost is Boost, right? I mean, sometimes they have AT&T Internet, T-Mobile, or whatever. I mean, Boost, Boost is not considered a top 10 internet, and look how stable it is. So this is really cool. This is really cool. So I'm really impressed with it as far as these shows go. But the whole plan was the way everything went down. Comcast shutting it off early from where it was planned to be shut off on Monday. I had to scramble to get all my apps on this new phone, and the idea was I was going to do my TikToks on this new phone too, so I could do them from here. But it didn't happen that way. So I'm still working. I'm still working all that stuff out. But again, I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm not ignoring the show. If anything, it'll be a great fresh start. It gives time for me to take a look at different guests and stuff that I want on, and I'll have a big plethora of lists that I can pull from to bring people into the new show. So yeah, maybe a break was good. Maybe a little partial break was good with that show, but yeah. So that is the state of the union right now as far as the radio show goes and you guys and everything. I'm not trying to I'm not leaving this. I'm not turning my back on you guys or anything like that. It's just the stuff that's gone down, and having to deal with not having the internet in my house. I've had to kind of adapt things. I don't have, and obviously tonight I didn't have an intro because the phone was having issues having internet and cell coverage, so I could not do an intro. And I downloaded one of the intros from last week. I was going to go into CapCut and do my regular intro and then edit an intro together for you guys, and it didn't happen because of the internet situation. So we had no intro tonight. But hopefully, like I said, by Wednesday next week we should be full blown internet and off and running again on the laptop, and it won't be. It will not definitely not be on StreamYard unless I get as I leave I get a deal that I can't refuse, which I doubt is going to happen. So we'll be full bore. Get over the restream and learn the system and just flow through from there and get these shows going again, get everything back up to where we're on it tonight. I will be here Sunday as well, probably on restream, and we'll be reading from Frankenstein, just like we always do. And again, Friday is going to be a double show. So Friday at noon will be Anna Maria Manalo noon Pacific, and then Nancy Mass at 6:30 p.m. Pacific that night. So we're going to have a double whammy Friday. But like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I've just been busy and running around 8 different directions, trying to get stuff ready and installed and do my TikToks and start, build up over there and do all that stuff. I don't sleep at night anyway. People know this. My friends know this. I usually go to bed about 4 a.m. anyway. So doing TikToks at night is no big deal for me, unless I'm really tired. I found that doing that stuff and doing those readings, I can only go like 4 days in a row, and then I have to take a break because then I'm exhausted. My mind is just like jello. So yeah, last week I went 7 days. This week I'm going to try and go 7 days, and we'll see how it works out. But I am building up my audience. I am building up my followers, and it's been a fun ride over there. Having conversations with people. It's fun having conversations with you guys too. You guys are my first conversers. I can say that. That's what conversers. You guys are technically my first conversers. You're on my heart. So, I don't want to lose it you guys either. So I'm just trying to do these live shows every other day. Yesterday I didn't do it. It just didn't work out with time wise to do a show. So I won't be back on until Friday. Today's Wednesday, so I won't be back on until Friday. Maybe a pop-up show tomorrow. We'll see how I feel, but see how the day goes. But I won't be back on until Friday now. And then, like I said, there'll be 2 shows on Friday. And I think tomorrow, if I switch to Restream tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and just play with it to get to know the system before I come on Friday. And I really don't want to do it and not know the system and be pushing the wrong button and whatnot. I can do enough of that at TikTok. So yeah, so it's really been busy. Anybody have any questions about the paranormal? That would be a good time. Like I said, I've been bringing in, since I've been doing tarot here, those few nights, I was bringing in stuff that didn't belong here. I was getting objects. I would set something down, and it would disappear, and I couldn't find it. It would be a totally different spot in the house. And the ghosts I have here at my house wouldn't do that. That's not their MO. They don't do stuff like that. So I knew it was someone different. And then with that whole thing with Alex, when the voice came out of my laptop, that was a shock. I mean, it even threw me, you know, and it scared me. And then, of course, the people that the psychics that were on with me at that time saw the look on my face, and that's what she said. Oh, it's Alex. It's Alex. And I said, well, who the heck is Alex? I don't know what Alex. But yeah. So I've had a. That's the thing. When you get into stuff like tarot, or when we talk about that, the Ouija board, that's going to happen. You're going to open doorways sometimes that you don't expect, and you're going to have different traffic coming through. That may be good or may be bad. That's why you have to be really careful with that stuff. And so I tried to be as careful as possible, especially here at the house, with that stuff. And it even got through on me. But they don't stay here long. My family that is here, my resident ghosts that are here, pretty much take care of anybody that's not supposed to be here or anything negative for me. So I really don't worry that much. They might be here for a day or two and then they're gone. Because my family's here. I know I have, like right now, I'm sure I have like family members around me, watching me do this. So I really don't stress. That was my stomach growling. I really don't stress over that stuff. But it is different, and I know there's people I know that want to get into tarot and stuff, and I just advise them. It's neat to get into, but like anything else, you can overuse it. Like if you're doing it on yourself, and that's something that I learned from different psychics on my team. That when you read that stuff on yourself, it's not really good to do. Sometimes the universe won't give you good reads. That I know, it's always a joke about being psychic and, oh, you're going to a casino. You're going to a casino. Don't you ever use your abilities at a casino? Sometimes, I've heard from people that I know that go to casinos and are psychics that say, the universe doesn't allow me to see if I can win or where a winning machine is. It's just something they block. The universe doesn't want you to use the abilities to your advantage. Your abilities are to be used to help others. If that makes any sense. And so the universe will block stuff like that. So for me, I mean, I can't predict if I'm going to have a big ball of cash coming in or anything. I have to ask one of my friends. So always remember that if you're going to try and do tarot cards on your own, the universe kind of doesn't like you doing reads on yourself. That's why psychics, because you're too close to your inner self. Just like to do a read on your best friend, it's difficult to do a read on your best friend because you're too close to that person. So that's why you'll see a lot of psychics that do this stuff and do this reading. Even Nancy will go to another psychic for reading. If she's stressed over something, hey, what's going to happen with this? Nancy will go to someone else and ask them. Because the universe just doesn't work that way. The universe wants you to help people and not yourself with the abilities. Don't be selfish. I think it boils down to don't be selfish. So yeah, so if you're trying to do tarot and stuff, that's what you have to be careful of. You have to be careful of that. You have to be aware of that. You will open, you will open portals and stuff will start coming through. It may not all be nice, except with the Ouija board too. A lot of ghost hunt teams don't like tarot. I'm not real, I was never a real fan of it. But now that I'm doing it, I feel a little more relaxed doing it. But I still have to, and keeping my guard up. And that's like what happened to me on Saturday night. I didn't have my guard up where I should have had it, and that's why I ended up taking a second hit from somebody. Somebody came into my space, and I should have been more grounded and protected when I was doing it, so that didn't happen. But it did. So lesson learned. Move on. I have heard, and I'm waiting on an answer on this from people I know, but I have heard that the cards have to be gifted to you. That's what I've heard. For whatever reason, they have to be gifted. If anybody out there, Sarah, if you're listening, Sarah Hennigan, I know you do tarot. Do you know what's going on with that? Whether they have to be gifted or not? Heather Woodward, if you're out there, do they have to be gifted? See if somebody answers. See if one of my friends is out there listening. You know, I know with these cards, I was gonna buy my own deck, but Nancy Matz bought these cards for me. Both decks came from Nancy Matz, so I don't know about the whole gifting thing. But I was gonna buy my own deck, and I have friends that have done their own deck, so it's kind of iffy on it whether you buy your own deck or not. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing. I've been doing 3-card reads over on TikTok at night uh, with uh, with Oracle cards. So it's past, present, future reads is what I've been doing on TikTok at night. It's kind of fun. It's kind of weird, especially in my car. I've got a little tray I have set up. I've got that head. Well, I got my Ghost Hunting headlamp, and so I have lighting in there so I can read the cards. So it's kind of crazy what I'm doing there. But I do have a little desky thing set up when I do them. So it's kind of fun. The phone will fall over a couple of times, and then I get it balanced and all that stuff. So it makes for an interesting, humorous night. And then I have to laugh, and then towards the night, everybody's getting tired, so we all have a big chit chat about the paranormal. We talk ghosts, like last night. I was talking to all these people in there, and finally I just went, hey, I gotta go home. I've been here. I didn't realize I was on for 4.5 hours until I signed off, and I was shocked. I was pretty shocked that I've been on for 4.5 hours. I lose track of time, and I know TikTok will give me a 90-minute warning saying, hey, you've been on live for 90 minutes. Take a break. Don't go straight through. So I knew at one point around 10:30 or 10, I had been on for 90 minutes. So I was trying to do the math in my head because I was only going to go 3 hours. So I was trying to do the math in my head as to when to get done. But then when I got to the point towards the time I was going to sign off around 12:30, when people were still in the room, and I had those 60 people sitting there, I didn't want to leave because I wanted you to talk to them, because I never had at the end of the night like that. I never had 60 people sitting in the room. So I just kept going. And then by the time 1:30 rolled around, I decided to sign off around 1:30, 1:45 because I was really tired. I started to doze. And that's when I found out afterwards that I'd been on 4.5 hours. And I had 4,500 people come through my feed as well. So it was a pretty big night last night. And again, I'll be out there tonight. So if anybody's interested, check us out at California Haunts. It's just simple California Haunts on TikTok. So I'll be out there. Hopefully, I'll be going to the dollar store right after I get off here, and then hopefully I'll be starting around 8:30 tonight over on TikTok. I'm going to start an hour early. That way, maybe I can do a 3-hour run tonight and then be off at 11:30. Then come home and sleep for a while. Get caught up on I don't have to make dinner yet. I haven't had dinner, so I'll be coming home 11:30, 12 o'clock and making my dinner. So and then the fallout behind that is once I eat, I'm wide awake, and I can't fall asleep until 4 or 5 in the morning. So it's like a catch-22. It's just a vicious circle of stuff. But it is interesting. It is fun. It's different. It's different than doing this show. But I'm grateful to each and every one of you guys. You guys here that come for this show, you guys that watch the show later on, everybody that comes across the show, you watch it. I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And I'm also grateful for everybody on the RSS feed as well. Everybody out there in everybody out there in iHeartRadio land and Spotify and all those places, and Apple. I'm really grateful for you. Everybody, you guys have stuck with me, and keep sticking with me. Like I said, once I get over this next this next week, this 2 weeks that we're in the middle of right now. Once I get through this, we're gonna be rolling again. We're gonna start flying again with the show. We're gonna start flying again. So just work with me and just keep following and all that good stuff. And I think it's going to be an interesting journey with us. And again, I hate doing it. I can't keep the show going without funding either. I mean, you guys are my funding. You guys, not I'm saying you guys are my funding. I'm just saying, you guys, there's a lot of expense that goes with the show too and putting it on. And so I do have bills that I have to pay, and I hate asking and all that stuff, but any help you could do would be very helpful. I have the Venmo, just type in California Haunts in Venmo, and you can do it that way. But any help you can give is great. It's greatly appreciated to keep everything going, keep the show on the air. Because I mean that's what it takes. It takes funding to do all this stuff. The ghost hunting, everything that's connected with it. Not only this, but the ghost hunting. Not only are the fees here and there, and RSS fees, and these are the Photoshop fees, so I can do video and all this. It takes. There's a big build up to where even ghost hunting. We have to go to hotels and pay for our rooms and do all that stuff so we can take you guys along. With the internet and all that. It all costs us money. So anything, any donations you guys can do are greatly appreciated. I really appreciate it. Anyway, it's 7:28. I know I started 10 minutes, too late, but I want to get moving here. Like I said, I have to go to Dollar Tree, pick up some dog food, and then get myself settled. And I want to try and get on earlier on the TikTok as well, so I can try and get off early tonight. If tonight runs slow, and I can take off early, I'll take off early. But I just want to give you guys an update on what was going on. And again, I will be back one way or another, whether it's StreamYard or whether it's just restream. I'll be back on Friday at noon Pacific with Anna Maria Manalo. We're going to be talking about her new book. And then I will be back at 6:30 p.m. Pacific on Friday with Medium Nasty Bats. And we're going to, I don't have the topic in front of me, but I'm going to set up the show on StreamYard tomorrow to get that going. Everything's last minute this month. If it's StreamYard, that's the thing. I don't know where we're going to be broadcasting from. So, either probably I don't know if it's going to be StreamYard or Restream. So I have to figure out what that's going to be, and then I can set up the show for you guys. So you guys have the link and everything. So I mean, that's what I mean. Everything's been so up in the air this last couple of weeks. All right, guys. I will see you on Friday, and have a great next couple of days. If you want to come on over to TikTok, I'm thinking between 8:30 and 9 o'clock tonight, and it's under California Haunts on TikTok. Come on over. I'll be there. I'll be doing some free tarot card reads over there. So come on over, and I'm practicing tarot card this week, and then next week I'm going to be offering 3-card reads for everybody else. You guys on Facebook and everywhere else, and meet up and all that. Night, Pamela. And then it'll be $2.99 for the 3-card read. So I mean, real cheap. I'm doing real cheap. I said, TikTok to me is practice. And I've been doing really good over there, so I'm excited. All right, guys, I will see you on Friday. If not, come on over to TikTok tonight, and I'll see you over to TikTok. But I'm out of here, okay? Have a good one. Bye.